One night I had a dream, although it really wasn't a dream, it was an experience, but I was in space. And in this experience, I was in space hovering above the earth. And I was like, wow, like I felt the most alive I had ever felt in my life. So that's how I know it was in the spirit realm. And from the distance, this being came towards me, and it was completely blacked out. Its legs, it was really big. Its legs descended into the darkness as if it were attached to darkness. As it got closer, I recognized the hands were looking more and more like claws and hands. And the silhouette was like a man, kind of bald-headed. It appeared to be bald-headed. I couldn't make out the features or details of the face, but the being as it appeared was very large, was attached to darkness, and it began to speak to me. And when it spoke to me, it vibrated. Like, it wasn't like audible words, but rather I felt the words in my body. So every time the being spoke, I felt like a pulsating, like if I was standing next to a bass, like a speaker in the clubs, I would stand next to the speakers, and the bass was so loud and so strong that it vibrated my body. So this is how that being spoke. And I said, Lord, because I didn't know, I wasn't really walking with God like that. So I knew it was something spiritual, supernatural. And the being said, no, you know who I am. And the moment he said this, I knew it was Satan. And I thought I was on my way to hell, because I knew I wasn't living right. And I knew hell was real, but I kept like turning a blind eye and hardening my heart to the unction of the Holy Spirit at the time. And so I thought I had died and was on my way to hell. And I began to say, no, 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 and repenting in that moment and saying, no, I belong to Jesus. And he told me to be quiet, because it was almost like he was in a rush. And he's like, if you worship me, I will give you all of these things. And he named different things. He named fame, he named fortune, he named people, and the earth was almost like it was used as a mirror to show me the things that the enemy was so-called promising me if I worshiped him with my body, with my being, with my music. And when he said that, I said, no, I belong to Jesus. I'm the daughter of Christ. And then he called me the B word. And it was like a vacuum sucked me back, and I flung back into my body. Like, I felt like a thud when I woke up and took the biggest gasp, like, like if I hadn't breathed in I don't know how many minutes or hours, whatever that time frame was. But I woke up, and at that time I was in New York, and I ran to the bathroom because I was at my manager's house at the time. Ran to the bathroom, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what that was. I was thankful that it wasn't, in my mind, that it wasn't real, but yet it was real. It was more real than me talking to you about it right now. It was more real than me inhaling the breath right now. I called my mother, and she began to pray over me. And I just felt this like blanket wrap over me as I was repenting in the bathroom floor and crying out to God.